Alright, as we can see, there's refrigerant inside this containment vessel, and the reason there's so much refrigerant inside here is I'm directly on the high side that is off the liquid line, and I have it turned off at this point. And first I had a vacuum in here. I turned it off at this point so I could capture and see what comes out, and it's just a pure column of liquid. Now I am unable, and just can't understand why on this particular Volvo, check this out. This is a Volvo T5 all-wheel drive V60. There's no low side fitting. I cannot find a low side fitting on this anywhere, and I can see, I could literally put my hands and follow my hands on the low side line all the way from the compressor. I pulled this up out of the way, and I could put my hands looking for a fitting all the way on the low side, all the way down here, and it goes right into the firewall down here with no low side fitting. I wonder, I don't think so, but I remember about 30 years ago, I think there was a Chrysler that put a low side fitting on one model. I think 1 year there was a low side fitting inside the compartment, but I can see that, and there's some of the tubes. I think that's heater core. I think those are heater core tubes right there. That's heater core. That's not refrigerant. I think the refrigerant is right up here, but it's out of my line of sight. So there's nowhere they have a low side fitting in there. That would be really stupid, but it's Volvo, kind of like Chrysler. And or remember the Jaguar, where I think it was Jaguar had a high side fitting on this side of the car, and then you had to come all the way over right to the pillar of the door. You went down underneath the door and you went right upside here, right up here, and there was a low side fitting located here. So you literally had to have long hose leads to get a low side there and a high side up here. And what stupidity is that? Yeah, that was Jaguar. Okay, so I want to remove refrigerant without removing oil or liquid. So I'm going to meter this real slow. Let's get this differently. Purging it right now. What I'm doing is waiting for it to go off. So what I'm going to try to do is boil off the liquid off the top without removing refrigerant by just cracking the valve a little bit, like so. All I'm doing is, this is not easy. You can see the bubbles coming off. It's off right now. The machine is off, but I have a negative pressure inside my hoses. This is an insane way. There's something I must be missing. See, I have it off. So what I'm doing is I'm using gravity to get the liquid to go back down into the system. I'm holding it really up high like this. See how high I am? So the liquid goes down and the air bubbles, what are not air, refrigerant bubbles, come out, so I don't have a solid column of liquid. Oh my God. Okay, so now, and I tried to look up in the Macs, MACS, for a component locator or anything like that to see if I could get any diagrams on this vehicle. Cannot get diagrams on this vehicle. So right now I'm taking the refrigerant out of the lines right now. So I have it shut off here, but I'm just emptying the vapor refrigerant that got into here because I'm trying to leave the liquid and the oil back inside the system. So let's do this again. Okay, so I'm going to try to, as you can see, the bubbles are coming down. And I'm doing this, I'm just ever so slightly hitting the valve. Okay, I think there comes some liquid. Get it to go down, I shut it back off. Man, that's difficult. It's going back down. Going back up. Going back up. This is going to be a difficult one. Never seen that before. So you're seeing this for the first time, just like I've seen this. And what I'm trying to do is just pull off the vapor off the top without pulling up the liquid. And I'm still not convinced that I have not found a secret low side fitting somewhere. I wonder if this could have one like, remember the old Sandin compressors or old Yorks and Tecumsehs where they actually put refrigerant fittings right on the compressor, the Sandin. So it was off, I think it was a Sandin, off the back of the compressor onto old Volvos. But I can't even get down to, and I'm trying to look in the lines. There's no fitting, no low side fitting there. And there is physically no way to get your hand down there. Even if you had a fitting low side attached right to the compressor itself, you would not be able to get a hose, your hand, and a fitting to connect to it. Okay, Volvo gets the Stupidity of the Year award. Nothing. All right, I'm gonna keep playing with this, guys. I'll get you a video back after this and let you see what I see and found out after I go through this long process of pulling off, try to pull off vapor off the top, raise the level, let it settle back down, pull vapor off the top. This is gonna take a long time. I have to RTFM. I need to read the manual and find out about this one because I am sure nobody is gonna be pulling liquid refrigerant out of a system and doing recharge unless they figure out a way to make the aftermarkets intentionally burn up the compressors so all the jobs have to come back to Volvo. That would be a smart thing to do. All right guys, catch you later, but I'm not going to get caught on this one.